Well, talk about a 180. 1 month ago, you had some Cat fans that wanted to see Mark Stoops fired. Now, some of those same Cat fans are showing up at the airport to greet him after big wins. The Louisville Cardinals sent a message to the College Football Playoff Selection Committee today, and that message was, you guys got it wrong. Louisville ranks 7th in the first poll of the season. The Cards wanting to let everyone know they definitely belong in the top 4. Louisville at Boston College today. The Eagles never had a chance, and that was because Lamar Jackson had another Lamar Jackson type day. First quarter, look at him go here. His first of 3 rushing touchdowns. So fast, he actually had time to look back not once but twice. Jackson rushed for 185 yards. Cards up 7-0. More from Jackson less than 5 minutes later. He goes to the air, and it's James Quick wide open. Quick 3 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Louisville up 14-0. Still in the first, Jackson going long to Jalen Smith, 44-yard touchdown. Jackson 231 yards in the air, passed for 4 touchdowns, 7 total on the day, 45 now for the season. And the Cardinals make it look easy. They take it 52-7. Katie George and Eric Crawford with more on what Bobby Petrino later admitted to be a statement win. All right, guys, so a good win for Louisville, but it didn't come without some controversy. This is the TV angle of one of Lamar Jackson's third quarter touchdowns. You see him make a gesture right there. Well, some thought it was a throat slash. Jackson wasn't penalized after the play, but people were talking about it after the game. So much so, Lamar issued a statement per U of L. Jackson clarified his intent right here. We'll take a look at the statement saying, quote, after my 53-yard touchdown run in the third quarter, I made a motion that is misinterpreted incorrectly by some. I moved my hand over my mouth in a gesture that my teammates and I refer to as zip it, end quote. Back to the action on the field, and this is something Louisville needs in order to move back up the college football playoff poll. Number 4, Texas A&M going down courtesy of unranked Mississippi State. The Bulldogs sealing a 35-28 victory with one last interception in the 4th. In Lexington, Mark Stoops doesn't want anyone getting ahead of themselves, but come on here. Hard not to after seeing Florida go down today. Because of that, Kentucky had an opportunity to take over sole possession of first place in the SEC East with a win over Georgia tonight. The Wildcats also looking for that important 6th win. It would make them bowl eligible for the first time since 2010. They fell behind 7-0 in the first, but they came right back. How about Boom Williams here? Right through the heart of the defense, gain of 30 on the play. Went out of bounds at the 3, and he went down hard. Now, he stayed down for a moment, but watch this. He gets back up, and to show everyone else all right, he starts doing jumping jacks. He's good. So are the Cats. Here's Benny Snell Jr. fighting for the 3-yard touchdown. Cats tie it at 7. Second quarter now down 10-7. Boom back with a vengeance off the Wildcats, staying on his feet. 13-yard touchdown. Kentucky in front 14-10. Right now, UK leads 21-16 in the 4th. We have more college football coming your way after the break. Up next, could the Hoosiers finally beat the Scarlet Knights? Strange but true, they were 0 for 2 heading into today's game. We got the highlights next. For most Big Ten teams, a game against Rutgers is a likely win. For Indiana, it's trouble. The Scarlet Knights just 4-17 since joining the conference 3 years ago. 2 of those wins have come against the Hoosiers. In fact, Kevin Wilson and company had never beaten Rutgers going into today's game in Piscataway. Turnovers, big problem in the first half. Richard Lego, 2 interceptions, and then this. Darnell Davis picking up the Xander Diamont fumble. He goes back 75 yards for the touchdown. IU down 17-13 at the half. They trail at one point 24-13 in the third, but they would rally. Down 24-20, Divine Redding going 34 yards here for the touchdown. IU up 26-24. They missed the 2-point conversion, but Lego wouldn't miss here. Fourth quarter, he's going to find Redding. 10-yard touchdown. Lego 3 scores. Redding 2. Hoosiers rally to win. They take it by the final of 33-27. Hoosiers now 5-4. They're 1 win away from bowl eligibility. Of course, the Hoosiers got their season started with a win over Florida International tonight. Those same Panthers, now led by former Louisville coach Ron Cooper in Bowling Green, taking on the Hilltoppers. Good night for Ace Wales. Second half, WKU a big lead. but the former Central star showing no mercy, 59-yard touchdown. He had 4 scores on the day, 111 yards total. Toppers win big, 49-21. They are 7-3 now on the season. On to basketball now, and the Bellarmine Knights do not believe in taking it easy when it comes to their preseason schedule. They've already played Cincinnati. Monday they play Louisville. Tonight they had Indiana, and did not take very long for Tom Crean's team to establish dominance early first half. Hoosiers up 11. OG Anunoby, the layup and one. Anunoby a game-high 25. Bellarmine did show some fight later in the half. Adam Eberhardt going one-on-one with Bryant. He had 13. But too much from Anunoby in this one. Indiana goes on to win 73-49. Remember, the Knights visit the Yum Center on Monday. Finally tonight, big upset at the Breeders' Cup Classic as California Chrome goes down.
Put to the test. Arrowgate full out. Can he stick with it? California Chrome. Arrowgate still coming. California Chrome. Arrowgate steals the show in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Wow, first loss for California Chrome this year. Bob Baffert celebrates. Party at the Bafferts tonight. And that is sports. Good night.
A welcome change of pace for the Louisville Cardinals. For the first time this year, they play someone other than themselves. Mike Lissette and Eric Crawford are at the KFC Yum Center with more on tonight's exhibition against Kentucky Wesleyan. Gentlemen.
Well, I know it's the preseason, and I know Louisville's expected to win tonight, Eric, but I'm not going to lie. When I was watching Donovan Mitchell and Mango Mathiang warm up tonight, there was a little pep in their step, and I think it's because they know they don't have to play each other tonight. It's actual competition. What are some things you're looking to tonight?
Well, it's been competitive in practice, but we haven't seen how these guys look when you put them all on the same team, when it's Jalen Johnson and Ray Spalding sharing a position instead of going against each other, and how Rick Pitino will use them. And that's the beginnings of what they're going to start to find out in this game is what does the rotation look like, who earns most of the minutes. Should be fun.
Yeah, a lot of people may say it's an exhibition, doesn't matter. Rick Pitino is not one of those people. He believes it's these kind of moments and these kind of games that build strength heading deep into the season.
If we're not on top of our game mentally, every given night, we could lose. We last year out the schedule in prior years. You know, you can pick out 4 or 5 games, even if you're not 100% efficient at what you do, you're going to win that game just on talent. That's not the case this year.
Now, I mentioned Mango Mathiang. I did see him warming up. I asked him how he felt. He says he felt great. First basketball for him since December. What do you expect to see from him tonight?
I don't expect a whole lot. Just get him out there and run up and down. He helps the defense on this team. It's a different defense than when he last played for Louisville. It's a different defense for all of them, but he's such a good communicator on the court. He helps with that interior defense, and should be interesting to see how they defend Kentucky Wesleyan. This is a good Wesleyan team. They're Division II, but always some D2 team scares a Division I team, maybe beats them in the preseason.
They're going at 7 o'clock right here at the KFC Yum Center. Highlights and reaction coming up right here on WDRB after the game. For Eric Crawford, I'm Mike Lissette, WDRB Sports.
Well, I know it's the preseason, and I know Asbury is a Division II school, but wow, Kentucky tonight. The Wildcats nearly winning by 100 points in their final preseason game. This was as amazing as it was horrific. Head out to Rupp. John Calipari's team trailed only once tonight when it was 2-0. From there, the game was over. And I'm not kidding. Bam Adebayo getting things started with the dunk. It was the first of many hoops for Kentucky tonight. Later in the half, De'Aaron Fox getting inside, scored that in the foul. Fox scored 25 in only 17 minutes. The only real question was who would have the best dunk of the night for Kentucky. How about Derek Willis all alone? Behind the back jam. That was good. But was it better than this? Malik Monk from inside the foul line. He scored 15. Cats lead up to 77. He would go over 100 a couple times tonight. And here's one more exclamation from Michael Mulder. 2 of his 20. UK wins 156-63. Those 156 points, a school record for the Wildcats. Here's Cal afterwards on why his team did not slow down.
I didn't know if they played the whole game the way they played, but it ended up, I told them, you're not going to be able to run offense because they just run and trap you. So you got to attack, and that's what led us to playing that fast.
Teams can't run with the Cats. UK opens up the season Friday against Stephen F. Austin. More hoops. Donovan Mitchell and the U of L men's team have an exhibition game tomorrow against Bellarmine. Today they watch the Cardinal women's team put on a show against Lindsey Wilson in preseason action. Second half they were rolling. Sierra Johnson showing power for 2 of her 14. Cards up 43 in the third, and yeah, it was a good time for those with red hair. A little later, Brianna Jackson. I know this game doesn't count, but don't tell her that. She never gave up on the play, and it results in an easy layup. 8 points, 6 assists for her. Louisville wins big 97-50, but head coach Jeff Walz still feels his team can do better.
You know, we're trying to challenge this group of young women to, be elite. Let's get this program to where we're on the elite level. And in order to do that, you've got to be able to do the little things right the entire game.
Coach never satisfied. Cards open up the year at UT Martin on Thursday. From Louisville basketball to Louisville football, and even on his off day, Lamar Jackson finds ways to make history. Today, the sophomore quarterback became the first player ever to be named Walter Camp Offensive Player of the Week 3 times in a single season. But as Katie George and Eric Crawford report, that is obviously not the only award Lamar has his sights set on. Thanks, guys. So Jackson making progress in his quest for the Heisman. It remains to be seen if the Cards do as well in the college football playoff poll, which comes out again on Tuesday. In the meantime, though, they actually went backwards in the coaches poll, which was released today. The Cardinals, despite their big win, dropped to 6th, switching with Ohio State, who, to their credit, clobbered then number 10 Nebraska on Saturday. Clemson and Michigan also flipped spots at 2 and 3. The AP remained the same last week, 1 through 6, with the Cardinals holding steady at number 5. Plenty more football to come. Up next, it was a major opportunity loss for the Kentucky Wildcats. John Lewis and Rick Bozich explain what went wrong in the loss to Georgia after the break. The Kentucky Wildcats could have had it all in one night. Talking bowl eligibility for the first time since 2010. And on top of that, a lead in the SEC East. John Lewis and Rick Bozich, though, explain what went wrong for Kentucky down the stretch against the Georgia Bulldogs. Wildcats have to get back on track. Meanwhile, the Colts, they got off to a fast track today against the Packers in the NFL. This is the opening kickoff, and it's Jordan Todman from the 1 all the way to the end zone. 99-yard touchdown. Indianapolis up 7-0, and Andrew Luck absolutely loves it. The Colts at one point led 31-13, but you can't count out Aaron Rodgers. Under 4 to go. He finds former Wildcat Randall Cobb for the touchdown. Suddenly, it's a 5-point game, but Luck would not be denied a big third down conversion here. Colts take it 31-26. Finally came down to one game for the state volleyball championship today. Sacred Heart and Henry Clay. Good crowd on hand to see it. Valkyries were in control of this one. First set, they get it here, and they would go on to win 3-1 to claim their second state volleyball championship. That is sports. See you back here tomorrow night.